Welcome again, everybody. My name is Teresa Vodolato, and I'm one of the enrollment specialists here at New School of Architecture and Design. And I'm here in one of our conference rooms with George Welch. He is the director of and chair of all of our construction management programs here on campus. So very excited to have him here to talk about our summer programs as related to construction and construction management. Thanks for joining us. We've got a good group. I wanted to just take a minute to let you know that we do have a chat option. So if you have any questions that you can think of while we're talking today, just type them out. And at the end, we'll be doing a Q&A session just for you. So ask away, okay? George, I'm going to leave it to you. But again, we'll wrap it up at the end. Enjoy the webinar, everybody.
Thanks, Teresa. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to this conversation today because we really are trying something new this summer for construction management. I've been involved here at the school since 2008, and I am the chair of the undergraduate program and bachelor's of science in construction management, as well as the master's of construction management program. I'm going to give a little bit of a talk about what New School is about, and then we'll talk a little bit about the programs and the things that we're working on. Specifically for this webinar, there's two key summer intersection programs that we are offering. So we'll get into those a little bit deeper as we go along. So I'm just looking through a couple of the notes because part of my screen is missing. So the president of our school is Marvin Malka, and Marvin is a world-renowned architect, past president of the architecture of the American Institute of Architects national organization, and he has been with us now for a couple of years and is helping us to really grow our programs. I think if you get a chance to participate in the program this summer, you'll get a chance to meet him and have some interesting interaction with him. So our mission here at New School is to nurture and inspire design-minded students. We look at that both in the architecture and construction management programs, as well as in our Domus Academy School of Design and Arts. And on campus here, we have all of our undergraduate programs, as well as our Masters of Architecture programs. We do our Masters of Construction Management program in an online environment. So we end up having students from all over the globe participate in that. So our philosophy is we are rooted in the design thinking mode. We are human-centered in all of our programs. We look at the interaction between leading people and leading teams and how that plays out in the built environment. So almost all of our faculty are practitioners as well as academians. So this is interesting. We are located in the heart of San Diego. So we're in a wonderful place. Those of you who've had the opportunity to come to San Diego, you know about what our weather's like and why they call us the world's finest city. So it's a great place to be. And we are located in the heart of East Village in downtown San Diego. That photograph that you just saw here is only about 5 blocks away from us. And we are located about 4 blocks from Petco Park and literally half a mile from the convention center. So we're located in the heart of the business district. We're in the idea district, which is innovation, design, education, and arts. And we are also within a great complex of hotel options in this area as well. We'll talk a little bit more about what's going on in San Diego when we touch on the actual schedule for the program. So the two programs we're talking about are leadership in management, and the second one is building information modeling for executives. When I went to our faculty meeting with my master's in construction management faculty last summer, we did some brainstorming trying to figure out how could we extend what we're learning and teaching today to those who are already in the field. And so we looked at the issues of, we know that the industry is running into a succession planning issue because we have so many of us are already over 60 or over 55 and working our way out. And as we're trying to add more people to our succession plans and to our staff, we're running into a shortage. That's where our Masters of Construction Management program came to be, because we've devised an online program that allows students to continue working for their companies and get that management degree. But when we were talking about, okay, so what's happening to those who are in the field already and need to have some refresher courses? Many professions have continuing education credit requirements, where the construction management world doesn't necessarily have that. So we looked at two of the areas where we have some real strengths in our program. And the first one is this leadership in construction management. And so I think I've got a couple slides. I'm going to pop to this one. Dia Hunter, who is our faculty member, he's in the midst of working on his doctorate in leadership. And he is truly an interesting educator who will be leading this program. We've structured the program to cover the executive level type of this. So this is for those who are in your middle and middle upper management who are looking to become the leaders of your firm in the near future. So this program, and I want to talk about how we're delivering it first. So this program is 5 weeks of online activities that will be asynchronous. In other words, we don't have a time where you're going to come and have to be in front of the computer. But during the 5 weeks, you're going to need to do those modules, turn in assignments, and hold online discussions with your classmates. We're culminating this course with a 1-week residency here in San Diego. And that residency week will be the 14th through the 18th of August. So classes will start, we'll get into that a little bit later, but let's touch on what the learning objectives for this course are. You can probably see this on the screen, but I'm going to read a little bit just in case you're only listening to me. So our learning objectives for this course are: executives will examine leadership as it is today and will discover ways to strengthen their core competencies to help develop their own leadership capacity. The second is leadership skill building will include developing executive level communication skills at leading teams, growing individuals, mentoring your succession plan group, energizing your stakeholders, and managing the demands of our high stress environment. This course will culminate with that hands-on workshop here in San Diego, and it's once again a residency, so you're going to need to come and stay for 4 days or 5 days that week, and that will complement the online classroom, so you'll be able to work with the people you've been communicating and participating in the course with face-to-face. So some of our methodology in the course format is the first 5 weeks are going to be online. These are 24/7 availability. We'll be using the Blackboard format to do it. So I just myself completed a master's program that I took online, and I found out that for my own schedule, I just needed to start early in the morning before the rest of the day did and do my work. You'll need to commit the time to do that. The final week will be here, and we will be meeting for our first gathering on Monday afternoon, so that'll allow people to travel here on a Monday morning. And we'll be joining up with our other, the ones who are taking the BIM class. And also that week, we have another couple sessions here on campus. So we'll be having a reception that evening to get to meet each other, to get to know each other, and to prepare for the next couple days. The leadership course, we're planning to go from 8 to 12 every morning, and that will be here on campus. The projects that you'll be doing will be conducting mock press conferences, doing design marketing campaigns, and conducting, some real world, I lost that page in my thing. Can you slide the little me down? There we go. Okay. And conduct some financial real world simulations. So we want to have some real hands-on opportunity for you to take the skills that you've learned in the 5 weeks and apply them in a real world classroom. We talked about Dia. You will find that you certainly can hook up with him and link to him on LinkedIn. His profile is available there. So our second course is the course in Building Information Modeling, and it's an executive level course. I'm not sure how many of you are kind of like me. I was taught my craft during the time when we didn't have computers. And so as we've gone from no computers to all of the iterations of systems that are out there, we've had young techies come along, and we're spending a lot of money to provide them with both the software and hardware to do BIM. But the question a lot of our executives that we've talked to have had is, are we getting value for what we're spending on that? So what I'm also going to flip a couple slides forward. So Ravi Sadawi is our professor who will be teaching this class. He's a specialist in all forms of BIM and computer modeling, and he will be teaching both the online as well as the resident segment for this class. The focus on this is the same 6 weeks. It's going to have 5 weeks of online activity and then 1 week here in San Diego, coincident with the leadership group. Now, due to scheduling issues, this one will meet on Monday night. It will meet all day on Tuesday and Wednesday, and will end Wednesday night. So it's only 2 full days on campus as opposed to 4 half days. What we're going to do in this course is we're going to really look at how are these tools being used, how could we leverage this knowledge better, and how can we set our expectations for those in our firms that are doing the virtual design and construction modeling that are happening. So this course is not just construction management. This course is also open to senior architects in offices that have not had the opportunity to really train in today's software, but to be able to learn more about what can be done and to be able to judge how they are actually deploying BIM modeling. So the learning objectives for this are to leverage BIM modeling for your business, utilize BIM not just for construction and risk management, but also in your marketing and visualization. Explore ways to take your stakeholders and get them involved with your BIM models and with data management. Tap into the information-rich models for 2D, from 3D, 4D, and 5D modeling, so you can be doing your estimating and your scheduling and even your logistics through it. Deliver better projects through collaborative coordination and with conflict resolution complete when it's in the digital mode versus when there's 10 guys standing in the field looking at the problem. So the course format runs 6 weeks. 5 weeks are online, 1 week here in San Diego. That final week of residency, there will be 2 days running from 9 a.m. till 4:30, and the Monday night before where we gather and have our opening reception, and you get to meet the others who are here in class. You will need to have some computing power. Most of you will probably have either firm available, or when you register for the course, I believe we give you a New School EDU email so that we can communicate with you. And that will allow you to go and use the student software that's available for you to free download from Autodesk. That'll mean that you can have the latest versions of the software for our class. So let's see, I think we show on here that there's 2 principal softwares that you have to have installed on your laptop. before we start, and that'll be Revit 2017 and Navisworks Manage 2017. Okay, as I mentioned, this is a significant portion of Robbie's continuing work in the profession. He goes and teaches firms how to do this. This is an opportunity to expand his reach and to bring people together here and see what our programs are about at New School. So on campus, while we will be having our residency, at the same time, the neuroscience in architecture summer intersession will be taking place. We have some really great people who are going to be here doing lectures and participating, and there's a real strong possibility that while you are here on campus, you'll be able to participate in some of these guest lectures, as well as networking with people who are in the programs that are going on campus. So before we get to the cost, I want to touch a little bit on one of the things that I felt was important about doing the intercession. I ended up having to raise my granddaughter for the last 10 years and learned a lot about our city that I think is something that is really interesting for a professional who's looking for, can we do that last family getaway before school starts? One of the great things about San Diego is we have, everybody knows Disney World, Sea World, Aquatica Water Park, Legoland, all of the great things, as well as all of the cultural stuff that exists within Balboa Park and within the San Diego city itself. So I want you to encourage you to think about this from a standpoint of, can I come and do this residency and benefit my family by bringing them along and getting them engaged in other activities? If you're interested in that, we've also talked about, I've talked with one of the recreation leaders over at Coronado, which is right across the bay from us. And there are day programs for the kids that could be involved in outdoor activities or swimming or things while you're in class, and yet you'd have the evening to do a lot of other things within the community. So don't consider that this is only a individual, but the family can come with you too and participate in stuff. I mentioned we're in the heart of downtown. That means we are within walking distance of, I think, about 12 major hotels. The Hotel Indigo is nearest to us. It's only about 2.5 blocks away. And that allows somebody to fly in, take a lift over to the Indigo, and then walk the rest of their time here. There's a lot of, we are 1 block from the trolley station, so we have a great deal of ability for you to move around town. So I'm not trying to sell San Diego. I just want you to know that coming here for this, I think, is a really great idea that our faculty generated. And I'm hoping that we end up with a real positive response to this. And with that, I'll let, are you talking about the pricing, Teresa, or am I talking about that?
We can talk about it together.
Okay, come on and join me again.
Yeah, let me join you again.
This is Teresa, for those of you who've forgotten.
I'm back.
She's
I don't
back.
mind selling San Diego because I moved here for the weather, and I'm really good at helping people relocate. So if you have any questions about traveling, George or I can assist. So when we talk about cost, what I would want you to know first and foremost is that we do have an industry discount of 15%. And that's for members of, if you can see the list here, we've got AIA, ASLA, APA, ULI, and so on and so forth. So really, as long as you apply before the June 1st deadline, you get in on that discount, and that also helps us get, prepare your file for traveling here and sitting in class. Now, as you can see, the program fee for leadership and the BIM courses will be $3,000. That includes all of your course materials, any of the events that we're going to have you participate in. So that will cover all of that.
We're finalizing some of the details for the residency, but most likely we'll start the day with a continental breakfast and then I think we will try to make it so that there's a chance for you to go try some of the restaurants in our area for lunches and then to gather back. For those in the BIM program, because of the fact that it's going full day, we might figure out how to do box lunches and bring those in. But those will get resolved. What we want to do is, because I know that it's not just our program fee, there's the cost of travel to come here. And I think that, I think you're going to find this to be a very worthwhile investment. And I think that by doing that, you'll have the opportunity to go back and bring a great deal of information to your fellow staff members and the fellow leaders in the companies.
And so, George, I guess this is a good time as any, since we are about to wrap up. We have received a few different questions that I'd like to run by you. And the first one we received, and please feel free to continue typing questions for us as we go here, but George, what are some of the benefits of taking the BIM course, the BIM course, for executive level construction managers, somebody who's already in that, on that level?
Here's what I think it is that there are, in my case, I was educated as an architect and became a construction manager because I love to implement architecture more than design. So I was actually resistant to the first AutoCAD programs and things that came in. And so it wasn't until I saw that people could draw great drawings with the tool as opposed to looking like high school drafting that we finally invested in AutoCAD in my office. Since then, I've become very actively involved with the computing, but there's a lot of my peers who are in the firms and in the industry who really never became what we would call CAD monkeys. They always ended up hiring other people to do it. Now, sometimes we know enough skills to be able to go in and do some manipulations or generate reports or plot a page or whatever it is. But there are so many more things that we can do that will help our management decisions, not just how to do drawings quicker, but how do we make sure that what's drawn is giving us the input that we need to decide how to best service our clients and to best service our own stakeholders.
Fantastic, thank you. And we have another one here. How do you apply? That's something that I can, of course, help you out with too. So I'll let you know if you are interested in applying, please let us know and save my contact information. It should be on the screen as well, but just in case, my number is 619-684-8883. And I am one of the enrollment specialists, so it's my job to help you with any questions we may not have gone over today. If I don't know, I will go to the
absolutely
the person who will, and then we'll get you ready. It's pretty easy to apply, though. There's a quick application. I can send you a link so that you can pay any fees that are necessary, and happy to help.
Right. Now, I believe it's to take these courses, you are not having to enroll as a student in the school.
That's
You're
right.
Enrolling as a student for the summer intersection.
So you do have to furnish a resume, right? Okay. And so I would probably send that to you right away and you would approve?
Well, I think you'll probably collect most of these things. So that's the concept is we want to make, because I've been asked before, could somebody who's still in college take these? That's not necessarily the target market for this. We want to deal with people who understand our industry, who want to increase their skills in leadership or increase their skills at managing the BIM people.
Very good. Another question. If I were to tell my manager I am taking a week off work to attend the leadership course, what would be the benefits I will gain and bring back to my company? Great question.
Very good. And I'm going to actually flip to my pages here because I'm going to reiterate some of the things we talked about in our learning outcomes. And one of the things is that the key focus, if we look at these learning outcomes, would be what you'd want to be able to tell your employer is that we are looking to help you discover ways to strengthen your core competencies already in leadership and in management, but to help you develop your individual leadership capacity. We focus here at the school a great deal on human-centered design and human-centered construction. Because so much of what we do is not sticking two materials together, but leading teams of people who need to be able to communicate effectively. And the leadership that we're talking about in this program is to be able to lead those people. We're going to use executive level communication skills, more team leading exercises, how to grow the individuals behind you. One of the most important jobs that a leader in a company has is to make sure that there is a succession of people who are going to follow along to be able to continue the strengths of that company. We're going to teach you to learn how to energize those stakeholders, those customers, those clients, those teams that you're leading. How do you get them energized, and how do you manage the demands during a high stress environment? So I think those learning outcomes, which should be available, are we going to post these slides as well? They should be available for you to help explain that to your employer, as well as potentially get them to help kick in. Thank you. You have another question?
We have a couple more.
Excellent.
So this is great information, and the newest one is, or one of the newest ones, I think we got two currently. What type of candidate are you looking for to attend the leadership course? Do you have a certain skill set that is required?
Well, for the leadership course, we're going to look for people who are, I would say, at middle management or above, or right on the verge of becoming a middle manager. Because that's where, I mean, it's my philosophy that we're all leaders, okay? We can lead people well, or we can lead people poorly. And the key is taking people who already have exhibited some leadership capabilities and help them strengthen those so they can improve the information and the leadership quality and potential within their firms. There's one up here on the board. I'm going to read this one.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, is this course directed more towards architects and the construction management they may need, or apply towards a general contractor and its supervisors? This is a really good question, because in our industry, in the CM side of our industry, I would venture to say about a third of our leadership has building sciences degrees, whether it's architecture, engineering, or construction management. Many of our people are coming through finance or business or marketing, or even, I remember one of my best superintendents had a degree in humanities from Notre Dame. So there's a wide variety of backgrounds that come into the leadership of our industry. So we're not really looking for somebody who has a specific set of things to stand on, as much as I'm looking for people who have a pretty solid vision of where they want to go and where they want to lead their people. So look at it that way as you're preparing your resume and getting ready to send things in. And also, the BIM model and the leadership classes are open to both architects and contracting firms. So it really fits for everybody. Oh, we've got some more here, huh?
I think that's it. I think we've gone over a couple that we received.
That's your manager.
That's all of them.
Wow, what type of candidate are you looking for? This all looks very good.
QC, George, make sure this is all right. Got to cover all of our bases.
Terrific. So we're going to, Michelle's going to end up putting this up. There'll be a link to it on our website. We're going to post the slides so you'd have those available as well. Teresa's information is up on the screen now, so grab your phone and take a picture of it so you've got it. But then give Teresa a call and she can answer some of the questions. Now, I know we've had some international requests as well, and Fabiola is working on some of those in response. So she'll be working with Teresa on that as well. But I think that should answer what we need, and we are going to hit 30 minutes here in about 10 seconds. So I think we're going to sign off. Thank you very much, Michelle.
Thank you.
Thanks, Teresa.
Thanks, George.
Bye now.